Gigglez here from the Hauntapolooza PODCAst, and in today's video, we have a review for Feartown. Yes, 2019 Feartown opened over the weekend, which started on September 27th. We went last night, which was the 28th. It was kind of a last-minute decision because we went to 13th World and we're like, oh, we want to go to the Haunt. I know there's a few that are open. So we're like, let's go to Feartown. So everybody knows that watches my reviews that, I know a lot of the actors. I know the owner very well. And everybody knows that I'm not going to kiss their butt just to get perks or something, because that's not what I'm about. I will give honest reviews about anything. I want to put that out there and clear, like, they didn't give me free tickets. I didn't get any perks. I didn't get, Like, there was nothing, because I don't want people to think like I'm biased, because I'm not. So before we get into it, I'm going to tell you right now that we're going to go through the good, the bad, the ugly, etc. We are going to tell you if it's worth your money, because everybody's got, limited budgets, and people want to know if it's worth their money, worth their time to partake in the haunted attractions that we all love so much. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into this and let's get scared. Right, boys and ghouls. So we like I said, we headed off to Feartown last night on a last second mission to go get an extra haunt fixation. I gotta say, it was crazy busy. I've never seen Feartown that busy ever. I mean, I don't go there every day that it's open, but out of all the times that I've been there, this was nuts. The line was crazy. Very, very crazy. So, I mean, it was great. Like, the midway, like, for those that have watched, like, the Feartown movie that we got, and we'll definitely link it at the end here. So if you haven't watched it, shame on you. But you can watch it. It's an hour and a half or whatever. Definitely watch. It's the full experience of Extreme Fears, so make sure that you check that out. Because if you don't, you're missing out on something amazing. It's watching a full-length movie. So sit back, get some popcorn, sit on your couch, watch this on your TV or your phone or whatever you want. Watch it on TV. It'll be awesome. But anyway, so we're talking about 2019. Opened up. I got to say this right off the top. It makes me feel good, and I'm going to tell you this for a reason. It's not to be like, oh, I'm cool and badass, but it was just nice that a lot of the workers recognized me, because I've gone there so much. I've talked to so many workers, and I've made a lot of friendships. And some that I haven't really made some friendships, like total, like, crazy ones. It's still cool that they, like, recognize me and we would talk and hang out a little bit. Like we met Tony. Tony's an awesome dude. And he was working outside. He works all over the joint. Dude was not, he's a nice guy. So I want to definitely send a super shout out to him. Plus the guy that was, for those that have gone already and those that are going, when you get in line to go, you're going to see this door just open, and then people go through and then it closes. The guy that's like, bringing everybody in, he recognized, I don't know who was under the mask, but it's just nice to be recognized, and like it's cool to see your friends. And the cool thing is, like, everybody stayed in character. Nobody was like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" Nobody did any of that. It was just they kind of gave the nod, like, "Hey, what's up?" It's cool when you do it, and and they're giving it all. We didn't film it. We didn't film inside. I didn't ask to. I'm sure if I asked, they probably would have let me, but I didn't ask. I was just like, I'm just going through, and I just want to have a good time. What I'm gonna say is, like, just that part I just told you, that door opening was crazy. It was cool. And then, all the stuff that happens, like, Feartown stepped up. I was talking to the workers last night. I was like, yo, like, those have been to Feartown, and I explained this to one of the workers. I said, the way Feartown was, it wasn't, like, crazy themed. It wasn't one of those, like, top-tier themed haunts. But it didn't need to be, because they have such an awesome group of actors that they didn't need that. The actors did the job. They made you feel the intense, the way that you should feel in the haunt, like scared and all that. Like, they brought that to the table. They could have just been in the woods and just made trails and just made it that crazy and messed up. And have a few props. Like, their actors are that good. It's very hard to find a haunt with actors that good. It really is. So this year they really stepped it up. I was like, oh my god, Like, I think like they're firing on all cylinders now. Like, year after year, they keep upping their game, upping their game, upping their game. Like, when we were walking through and seeing all the different scenes, all the different stuff they were doing, my mind was blown. There was actors everywhere, around every corner, everywhere. There was tons of actors. I didn't see one of them lazy actors just standing there doing nothing, which was great. If all the Feartown actors are watching this, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. I was impressed. I don't know, like, the names of all the characters. Like, I know some of the characters' names just because I'm friends with them, so I know what their character is. And then we met some new ones along the way. Like, you know, in the clown area, there was Sprinkles. And then they had, like, this other area, like a candy area or something. I don't remember what the character's name is, but she was Madame Guillotine. But I don't remember what her character is in this. She even said, I'm blah, blah, blah. Da, da, da. And, you know, she was saying, you know, doing her spiel and, you know, directing us to go wherever and do our thing. And it was really awesome. Yeah, I don't know what all the, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know all the characters' names, and I really want to sit down with Feartown and find out what all the names of all the characters and stuff. I love it, because one thing that I noticed about Feartown is, like, like, you know how, like, you go to some haunts and they're using IPs, which is intellectual properties. Like, if you go to Halloween Horror Nights, they're using Ghostbusters and Stranger Things, and they have all these characters, and everybody knows these characters. Or a lot of haunts use, like, Freddy or Jason or Michael Myers or whoever. Feartown's doing something totally different, and their characters are becoming larger than life. Like, I know some of the actors, like this Gigglez the Clown, which you'll see in this picture right now. Awesome dude. And, you know, you have other characters, like you had Madame Guillotine, and you have Jeff with a PH, which, if anybody remembers correctly, I think his name was Chuckles inside Extreme Fears. So, yeah, I mean, there's all different kinds of characters. And I love it. Like, now they got, like, these super awesome pillows that I'm probably going to buy a couple when I go the next time. I'm going to come back. And just so you know, because I looked at the price, it's $16, and they got this new awesome t-shirt. I know, it sounds like I'm shilling for it, and I don't get anything free from it. So I'm just doing it because I love promoting the haunts. I love promoting the thing. So I don't know how much the t-shirt was, but it has all the characters, like, not all of them, but, like, all their big, larger-than-life characters. I love that about that. I think it's so awesome that they've built their own little Feartown empire with characters and everything, and it works. So the theming stepped up. It was crazy. Like, it was awesome. The theming stepped up. The actors stepped up. And I know they're not, and from what I was told, what is it? Witch Hunters is a immersive experience. It wasn't open yet. It's opening up soon. So I want to go back and check that out. So I want to see what that is about. And we'll see. Because I know last year they had, I think it was Possession was their interactive experience last year. So, like I said, I want to check it all out. I don't want to give it all away. I want you guys to go. This already starting to fire off on all cylinders. Now, I only have one complaint, which is weird. And I don't know what caused this. There was a Congo line last night. I don't know if it was... Again, it's opening weekend, and I even though that there was a little bit of a Congo line, it wasn't the whole thing. It was just a couple little areas that somehow got hung up, and I don't know what happened. My only suggestion is, I think they were letting people in every minute. I got a video of when the door shuts and then opens and then shuts again, you know, before we went in, and I think it was like a minute. Now, here's my suggestion, and by all means, haunt owner and actors, you could tell me to shut up, because it's not my haunt. I'm just giving a suggestion. My only suggestion is make that 90 seconds. And if you're noticing that your actors are coming, and I mean, that's all on the act. It's opening weekend. Like, I'm not even hating on it. Like, even with the Congo line, I still had fun, because, like, I was like, my brain's always thinking 10 steps ahead, because I want, you know, film Extreme Nights again. But well, I'm actually thankful for the Congo line for me, because I was, like, looking around, like, trying to plan it out for later, you know. Like, I like to take it in. Everybody knows I don't get scared. I love taking in what the actors are doing, what the props look like, what the buildings look like, all the effects. I enjoy that kind of thing. That's what I like. So it doesn't matter if there's a Congo line, but I gotta say they stepped it up. For those that have gone before, you notice it was kind of a little bit more wide open, not tight knit. Now it's like tight in, which for those that, if you pay attention, for this year, when you go through, and if you're one of those that like to go to extreme fairs, pay attention when you go through. Enjoy the haunt. Be aware of your surroundings, because I have a high suspicion that Extreme Fairs is going to be insane this year. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be way more insane than last year. So I think they may get us this year with being freaked out from what I've seen and what they possibly. And I don't know anything. I don't know any plans. I told them, do not tell me nothing. I don't want to know. I don't need to know. I just want to be surprised and shocked like everybody else. So, and they're like, all right, cool, we won't tell you nothing. So, now is it worth your money? Like last night, this weekend, if you bought tickets online, they were $13. If you bought tickets on site, they were $17. And then I know after this weekend, they'll go up a little bit. Even if, I forgot what the price point is normally, $20, $25, I forgot what it is. I think it's worth every penny. Everybody knows me. I'm like a huge Feartown fan. There's a lot of haunts I'm a huge fan of. I'm a huge fan of just haunts in general. I like promoting the haunts. I like talking about the haunts. I like getting to know the actors and the owners and seeing how things tick and work and try to make content for this channel to build it and get everybody excited about haunts. That's all it's about. I don't expect anything for free. I don't expect anything. I mean, if somebody wants to give me free tickets or free merchandise, of course, I would like them, but I will never ask. That's not me. That's not what I do. And I'll never ask. That's just not my style. If you're willing to give it, I'll take it, but I'm not gonna ask. So it is what it is with that. So. I think we're going to get out of here. So I'm going to give Feartown opening weekend 4 out of 5 just because of the Congo line, but that shouldn't deter anybody from not going. That was just it could be a one-night thing. Usually they're on point with that. Opening weekend, opening nights, I get it. I'm not hating. Other than that haunt stepped up the game like you would not believe. Like, it was that awesome. Like, you have no idea like how awesome it is until you go. I had a great time. Everybody had a great time. Everybody loved it. They thought it was great. So, again, we're going to be working on the next Hauntapolooza podcast episode, and we're going to get the gang together, and we're going to be talking about Feartown and some other stuff. I want to get their perspective of what they thought on it. So, for now, I want to get this out before we take off to go to Florida for Halloween Horror Nights and stuff like that and catch some haunts down there. So, we wanted to get this out there before that, so that way people know, is Feartown worth your time, your money? And I will say yes. Go check it out, because what they did this year versus the last few years will blow your mind of how much they set the bar, how much they jumped up and in theming and actors. It's like, it is nuts. It is crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I will see you guys soon. Till next, everybody, peace out. Keep it scary, y'all.